Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for another episode of the Chronicles of Trump, where the news is as chaotic as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, and the only thing more unpredictable than the weather is Hakeem Jeffries' critique of our dear President Donald Trump. Today we delve into the recent turbulence at Newark Liberty International Airport, a situation that some claim is flying off course faster than a paper airplane in a hurricane. So what's the commotion all about? Well, amid the hustle and bustle of Terminal B, the House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, took center stage, pointing fingers and wagging tongues, all aimed squarely at President Trump. According to Jeffries, the delays and cancellations at Newark Airport are all part of the Trump administration's master plan to transform the FAA into a shadow of its former self. A bit of a fixer-upper project, if you will. In a riveting press conference, Jeffries claimed, with the conviction of a man who's just discovered a scandalous plot twist in his own soap opera, that Trump has decimated the Federal Aviation Administration. Yes, folks, it seems our president has been moonlighting as a wrecking ball, apparently breaking the federal government one agency at a time. Remarkable multitasking, if you ask me. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always thought that if someone were going to break the FAA, they'd at least have the common decency to do it with a little more flair, perhaps by parachuting in or orchestrating a dramatic air traffic controller strike. But no, according to Jeffries, the Trump administration's methods are much more subtle, like a skilled magician making the rabbit disappear, only this time it's planes and schedules vanishing into thin air. Of course, the million-dollar question remains. Is President Trump really behind the curtain, pulling the strings on this aviation fiasco? Or is Jeffries simply practicing for his next role in a political thriller? Jeffries himself admits that whether the Newark Airport chaos can be traced directly back to Trump is still up in the air, much like the planes that are currently grounded. Nevertheless, Jeffries assures us that the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee will be hot on the trail, like sleuths in a detective novel, determined to unravel the mystery and bring us all some much-needed answers. Because who doesn't love a good investigation, especially when it involves the government, bureaucracy, and a generous helping of red tape? Meanwhile, over in the Department of Transportation, Secretary Sean Duffy has his own take on the matter. In a display of masterful diplomacy, he blamed the delays on poor technology. Imagine that. In a world where we can send a tweet to Mars and back, our airport technology is apparently akin to using an abacus in a supercomputer world. Perhaps it's time we upgrade from pigeons to drones? As we ponder the intricacies of air travel in the Trump era, let's take a moment to consider the sheer scale of this airport anarchy. On one fateful Thursday, over 500 flights were delayed and 200 canceled, turning Newark Liberty into a scene reminiscent of a blockbuster disaster movie, minus the catchy soundtrack. The chaos lingered like an uninvited guest throughout the weekend, leaving travelers stranded, annoyed, and in dire need of those little airport liquor bottles. But enough about the delays. Let's talk about you, our valued audience. What do you think about this aerial adventure? Is President Trump the real villain of the skies? Or is Hakeem Jeffries simply casting him as the antagonist in his latest political drama? Share your thoughts in the comments below. After all, your opinion is the most important part of the story. And while you're here, why not hit that subscribe button? Join our community of sharp-witted, politically savvy viewers who appreciate a good laugh with their news. Like, comment, and stay tuned for more episodes of the Chronicles of Trump, where the absurdity knows no bounds, and the satire is always served with a side of irony. So, until next time, keep your tray tables up, your seatbelts fastened, and your sense of humor intact. Because in the world of Trump, the news is always a first-class ticket to entertainment. Safe travels, everyone.